Hello everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. I hope you're all doing well. I'm good, thank you. And it is Sunday, that means it's Scrappy Sunday or Scraps on Sunday. I have been sitting here quite a while and I have made a holy mess playing with scraps. If you can see that end of my desk, I don't know if you can or not. Let me try and show you. No, probably not. Anyway, there's stuff everywhere. I mean, well, let me drag some of it in. That might give you a better idea of what this end of the desk is looking like. Yeah, and that's just the stuff in the middle of the desk. So I've been playing with scraps, yes I have, and you probably spotted amongst that lot these. So I have been making little mini journals. It's an idea that I got from Natasha at Treasure Books a long time ago when I first started journal making, and I wanted to make them then. I have done mini journals but never like this, so a lot of this is her idea. I have changed things about a bit, but yeah, the binding, I mean she bound hers with elastic, and they're loose bindings. They are hair scrunchies in there. They are new ones, they just stretch to the extreme. I only had little tiny ones though. You get about 1,000 in a packet. So when I did the next, one a little bit bigger, I had to just use string because that's crochet cotton actually. I didn't have any elastic, but you can get the the lovely coloured elastic to do these bindings with. So let's have a look what I made, and then I'll show you what else I went on to after this, and then we'll use a few scraps up together. Okay, so if you're ready to play, yeah, you'll be inspired, I hope, after this to get your scraps out. So it's only fastened with a tie, and the tie is just through, it's just an eyelash trim, and it's just through those elastic bands. I didn't put anything on the front. I just loved that so much, that material. When I'd finished, I did have, we'll unearth it at some point. Is this it? Yeah, I did have a little cluster that I was going to put on the front to put the tie around, but it just covered too much of that beautiful paper, fabric. It's fabric. Yeah, so it's fabric covered, and again it was scraps. I just used scraps from my, you know it well, my card scrap box, which is why the sizes are these sizes. And then the papers are just from, as you can see, they're just little papers from the scraps paper box. So there's 2 signatures in here, and have I got one? I have got one because I saved some. I did loads and I saved some to show you. Yep, all I did was layer papers up, perhaps quite not that big, but you can see, I think there's 10 layers of papers from the scrap box, and you can see these are from the scrap box. You'll recognise them, seeing them if you see my scrap box all the time. So just layered 10 up and then stitched down the middle. I folded it over, and that's one signature. And then, I mean, you could just slice that off, but I haven't. I've folded them in. Most of them. Some of them I've torn, some I've folded in, some were already too short, and then just gone through and stitched bits on them and put lots of little doodads out of my box and just made it, to me it's a bit like, I mean, it's supposed to be a notebook, but it's a bit like a coffee book that you have for interest on your table. It's a bit like a coffee book for your handbag or your purse. if you see what I mean. It's good notebook, you can get it out and write on it, but if you find yourself sat somewhere waiting and bored, it's fun to look through, or to show somebody else if you're sat waiting somewhere and bored. So let's have a look, see what you think. I'd be interested to know what you think. I loved the idea when I saw it, and I know some of you won't and some of you absolutely will. So I got the card, I glued fabric on the front and I glued fabric on the back, and then I just stitched around it, like I do with a lot of my journals. And obviously these, maybe I should show you a page. Let's start with this one. Yeah, so the pages I tucked in I had two pieces there stuck together and I didn't know. Yeah, they could just be all torn off. They don't have to be in a you know, a 90-degree angle, thank goodness. You know, I could have torn them off, but I didn't want to lose any of them. So anything that's too big, got a piece of pattern paper there, look, I just folded in some way, shape or form. So that was the middle piece, just folded them both over. And I've done exactly the same in this little one. You'll see it, it's just that I then, once I'd got the book together, I then went through and, no, I didn't do it. I did it before I bound the book. I did it when I was at this stage. I went through and added all the little bits and pieces because it was easier to get at. And let me tell you, it is the most fun. It's the most fun you can have on a Sunday with scraps. Yep, so I've got a little ticket there. I just sewed a bit of lace on there, and it's kind of like a tuck. It's got a little half blank plain card, but you can see it can be notebooks. You can write on that in there, just tucked in. Folded that over, and again it's just blank paper. Now I could have gone and put something on every page and coloured every page, but I'd wanted to leave something for your imagination too. That stamp was already on there on that piece of paper in the scrap box. I just put a little label on the bottom of that one and a label on that side, and it is just a folded over piece. You know, real tiny scrap that. It's right honourable though, absolutely. Of course, one of my fussy cut birds had to make it in, my teeny tiny ones, and I think that's just, yeah, part of book page, that is. You know, when a chapter ends, it's the end of a chapter and you've only got a few lines at the top. That's the bottom half of the page. My little toadstools. Yep, stitched that in, and then I folded the top over by accident, but that's how it's staying. A fairy made it in from Violet, Fairies in the Flower. A clock from Nanine on the music paper, and look at the angle of that music paper. So yeah, left a blank page. A stamp from Netherlands, the smallest paper doll I could find. She just fit. Map page folded over, and then this. Now I could have put something on there, an image or something on there, but I've left it for writing on. Put it on as a tuck, and then just put another piece of doodad in there. And that's the centerpiece. Now with these, you can take pages out and add pages in, you know, when they're not bound. That's one of the pluses of this. And you can take things out to write on them and, you know, colour on them, art on them if you want to. One of Nikki's butterflies and a little tag. More journaling. And I just left the map for fun. You know, that would be great to sit and I could doodle on that and colour in and all sorts of things if I was sat bored. I'd have great fun with that. Another well, they're all just scrappy pieces of paper, but another piece just stuck on for prettiness, a number. A little tab on that one. A little piece of washi. And that looks like it might be part of the picture, but that's a butterfly that I've stuck on. Shall I go a bit faster? That's a piece of Tim Holtz. That's a stamp. I stamped that. Looks like it's drawn in biro, isn't it? I stamped it in blue. You know, you could draw in biro yourself. The cottage. So a couple of words from an Edith Holden book page. I stuck another little label on that piece, and a couple of love hearts stuck on. Yeah, so you can see that scrappy piece of paper. I didn't try to make it right at all. You could see it went wrong when I was trying to do the edge of it, and it just ended up in the scrap. And I've left it as a scrap piece. I'm celebrating the fact that it's a scrap piece of paper. Yeah, tiny embellishment on there. Tracy label. Rabbit had to make its way in. Just all the cute things you can find, and that's the end of the first signature. The plant pot look, and this is the second one. So I put another label on the front of that. Just scruffily stitched a piece of fabric on there, the flower that I cut out the fabric. Tiny little label on there. And I put a piece of lace on here with one of those press studs, those snaps. that I got in the haul the other day. Yeah, you saw that sitting around on my desk. That was just a little something that I made out of scraps, and now it's gone in here. So I put a little label on that folded over, a ticket on that folded over piece, so it acts like a kind of a handle. This is just a piece of digital that was in the scrap. That's from the Victoria album, Artie Mays. Some lovely toadstools. A folded over page again. Stuck a little picture on it. A butterfly, and I've folded the next page in with that just to give it a little bit of interest, but it doesn't have to, it can just be tucked in there. It just holds it all in. Piece of William Morris, and then I punched out a hole. That wasn't already done, but it might have been. Punched it out and just put a little image that I had sitting around on my desk with the doodads, and clipped it in. Put a bit of frou-frou on the paper clip. You could have it on the side so it hangs out there. Do we do that? Might see it more hanging out the side. Gets lost in there, doesn't it? Yeah, that's better. And that one's got a piece sewn on it, just a piece of lace. We're in the second half now. Another little tuck with just paper in it for a little note or a phone number or a date, a reminder. Bit of lace just sewn on the edge of that one. Another little tab on that. Nothing on that, that 7 was already on it, and I thought it was quite interesting. So I stuck a lace on the whole piece of that page, just for a bit of texture and interest again. More mushrooms, and that's the back of the book. And that's it. Now I love that, and I think that's going to be in my handbag with me when I go out for the day anywhere. Just something to entertain me, especially if we go shopping, and I often find myself sat in the car while Neil's looking in the fishing shop, fishing tackle shop. Yep, so that's what I did. Then I did the same again and just made a bigger one. So exactly the same. Like I say, I didn't have the elastic, so I had to put I put a brad on the front of this one. But I made the frame. It's not the frame. The cover. I made the cover exactly the same, so it's fabric inside and out, just stitched round, and it's that linen, so it will fray till it reaches the stitching, and then it'll stop. Yeah, luckily I put the brad inside before I thought about it. Before I did that, and then it's got 2 signatures in just the same. And get to the middle. Yeah, 2 signatures exactly the same. This is from all the stitching. Ooh. Just slightly bigger scale, that's all. And they're stitched down on the machine in the middle, but then they're just tied in with that crochet string. And I went through and folded them over, but I haven't put any of the little embellishments on. You know, that it took me quite a while to put all those on there, and actually for it to be fun you need to sit and really enjoy, you know, choosing something, putting it on, inking the edge of the paper. Yeah, I would probably get my crayons and biros and felts out and play with it while I'm doing it as well. Yeah, so you can fold or trim as much as you like to your heart's content. Just great fun to, I mean, you can see how many scraps I've actually used up out of my scrap box today. You know, little small scraps. Oops, sorry about the people in the street. I'm hoping they're just walking past. It's a piece of brown envelope. Yeah, I won't describe every last piece of paper to you now, but you get the idea. They don't have to be in straight. You can fold them where you want. Just great fun. Just great fun. And then I did that one that way, just so I could have as many ratty-tatty edges as I want there. Now I did think about wrapping this round here, but it's got a bit of a little extra piece of metal on it that keeps catching. So I've put a metal button on the back and I just tuck it round, and it's weighted so it holds it closed. Now you could put, if you didn't want to take those out, you could put lace down there. You could have some lovely labels on here. You know, just decorate them to your heart's content. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, that's not what I've been doing all day long. Well, it is, but just more of the same. So got another one here, another one here. Look, that I've just stitched down. Whoops. I've folded in, and that one. That's not stitched. That's stitched but not folded. Oh, it is stitched. It didn't look it. That's what I've just shown you, isn't it? So there's two there. Look, so I've got one more ready to go once I've got another one of those made, a cover. I've got one, you know, I barely started. I thought I might fold this one with you. What else have I got? Oh, what haven't I got? What are you? There's another little one there, stitched. Yeah. Can you know, just look at the fun I've had with my bits of paper. I mean, you know, I always like making the scrappy notebooks anyway, but these are just take it a step further. I've done some more covers though. So I've got this one ready. It does want it. I was going to make it without material, that's it, fabric on it, because I just love the pattern, but it, you know, it's not gonna, it won't last. It certainly won't last being carried around in a handbag or anything like that. So it really does, it does need the fabric on it. Now I made 3 like that. I tried putting book page inside this one. Yeah, they're getting a bit bigger, aren't they? To see if that would, you know, help it, but it doesn't much. I made this one out of scraps, 2 scraps stuck together. You can see how I overlapped them and then folded them. What I'm thinking is, what I might try and do is put some napkin or tissue paper, or, you know, something like that, rice paper over them, and see how much that, you know, if that, because you'll still be able to see the pattern through them then, see if that's enough to strengthen them. If not, I will have to go over the top of them with fabric. There's another one I've just made here to show you that it can be. I've cut this one on the guillotine upside down. It is. Because I haven't decided where I want them. Now you can just plonk them together, which is what I've done here. I haven't thought about how or where or what I'd like on the outside. I always like that one, Kath Kidston. I love coffee dyed. A lot of white ones there. I've got wallpaper in the middle, and yeah, so I made it exactly, I think that's for this little one, wasn't it? I missed you out. How did we miss you out? So 10 pages I've put in all of them, 10 doubles, so that will be 40, won't it? 40 to write on, you know, so that one's going to fit nice and neat, just a single signature in, but you know, it will be the similar thing. So I will start, once it's done, putting these sorts of things in it, you know, using up all the doodads and the labels and the scrappy bits that are kicking around on the desk. Right, shall we fold one and start playing? Okay, I just squared up a little bit, as in, yeah, pushed everything back and created a bit of space for us to work. So I've left the 2 here for us to look at, to remind us how beautiful they are. I've got these 3, and that just looked at these 2, and they're a similar size, so obviously they'll go nicely together in a cover. So I want this one here to be the size of this one, which is a little bit slimmer actually. So some of it we will tear off, and you know, some of it we will fold in. So let's look roughly where we are. So we're about between 6 and 7 centimetres, nothing bigger than 7 really. So if I just get the first one somewhere where, yeah, because that's got that half on there, it doesn't quite go to the edge, does it? You see what I mean? The ruler's got a little extra bit. That's 6.5, so that's perfect. So we want to be around there. It can come out a little bit or it can go in a little bit. That's a bit of yes, it's not newspaper, it's envelope. And I'm just going to round the top edge because it looks a bit harsh. In fact, I'm going to do both. There we go. Let's give that a different look, hasn't it? Right, do you know, I haven't done a zigzag. Well, a zigzag, do you know what I mean by a zigzag, don't you? That's going to fit, isn't it? It will. Yeah, so if we put that's good, a tab on there, that will pull out nicely. Yeah, you're fitting. Oh, you're just a little bit too big, but I like the picture on you, so I think what I will do is, yes, I've lost my little, not my tear ruler, my metal ruler, well, in here somewhere. Well, I've got a little 6-inch one like this. I know where that is because I heard it go down the back of the drawer. So I need Neil to get that for me. But yeah, my long one, I've been using it all morning and it's disappeared, but you know, I've got nearly everything I own out somewhere. Using this has just made me think maybe I should get the punch out. I know we've got 1 page half punched, haven't we? That came out of the what did it come out of? The scrap box like that, because it was a mistake. So let's do one on purpose. Let's make a, where do I want to be? Down one. There. Hope you can see. Oh, come on. Somewhere there. Should do it. Oh. Yep, so that's a bit different. Sticks out as well. It's quite wide, so yeah, don't want to be any bigger than that. Got a lot of these in. I obviously had quite a lot of them in my I think I've probably overdone that. Let's tear some off. Obviously I had a lot of end pieces in my scrap box. Oops. That's it. Fold yourself in. And just do a straight in half with that one, I think. Just leaving room in there so that it will close on the spine. And that one seems to fit, yes. And we'll do the same with that one. Fold it in on itself. Good writing pages, those. I think I'll just tear that down. That's it. It's going to be good for attaching things to, I think, the vellum pages. I don't know what that pattern is on there, but I really like it. It's come off something. That's coffee dyed paper, I think. Yeah, it is. And you fitting just nice, or what? We're getting a little bit longer now, aren't we? Take a bit off. I've got a nice straight edge there, and we'll leave that one. And we'll just turn this map in this time. Will it fit? Yeah, obviously I had a longer piece on the other side. And what are you? Yeah, we'll turn you in as well. Oops, squeak. There we go. That's, oh, that doesn't look as thin as that, does it? No, it is a little bit wider. To go back and take some off. That one's particularly wide. That'll probably make a difference straight away. What else was wide? Oh, that one that I cropped, that one that I made the pretty edge on. Is that the only one? Oh, we've got a pretty edge on both. That's a bit of a thing. That's better. Yeah. That's it. So we didn't waste too much paper there. And that is going in the bin. Okay, now comes the fun bit. Let's decorate them. yeah, so I'm gonna, because I could just spend forever just choosing the right thing, I'm just gonna go. I hope. Where's my glue stick? Let's just grab things and stick them in. Right, what shall we have? That is going to be one of the front pages, and I feel like it's well, I don't feel like it is, it's bent there for some reason. Maybe if we stick something there on the inside, it will help it. Are you too big for in here? No, that could go in there as a, if I can very carefully. I'm talking in riddles, aren't I? I'm not finishing any sentence off for you. It could go in there as a tuck if I very carefully get a thin edge of glue here and here to close it. Is it just that bit? Yes. Let's see how we go. Maybe I should have inked that bit first. I did have my stencil out, but I've put it away. We need to. No, you're not going to fit now, but I can cut this down. So this is it's a sticker. So this that it's on is just to keep it secure, really, until you decide where you want to put it. So yeah, I can cut that down, no problem. And obviously I won't be using all of these books, so if somebody gets this book with this in, they can peel that out and stick it somewhere. Right, that's good, it's in. So I want something to kind of cover the front there. Now, is there any reason why I shouldn't have a cluster on there? Because if the book's fat to start with. Oh dear, sounds like somebody out there on the phone. Hope you can't hear. Yes, a cluster, but not that one. Wasn't doing it for me. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one. So Fabri-Tac out. So that was lucky as well. Lovely. Okay, so that's that first page done, and we're off. Okay, this is quite a plain page. Let's get a bit of ink around it. It's very white. What shall we have on it? Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? That's quite nice with that there, with the flower there. So I will stick that down. Didn't get my glue book out, did I? Do we need edging? So this is from the kit Mary Mary by Tina at Shabby Dabby Doo Dah. Right, who did I say did these? Natasha at Treasure Books. Yeah, I will try and remember to link her. I'll have to go back and find it. If I can't find the video, I'll link her YouTube in, but I'll try and find the video itself. That's nice. That's a little bird. Also, this is an envelope, and I'm sticky now. Just spotted this stamp. I don't know which way up it goes. Arnhem, Netherlands again. Yeah, put it down there. It can be written on above, can't it? And that's something of interest. Oops. Oh, I was going to put a tab on there. What have we got? Oh, flower fairy tab. Yeah, we're very eclectic in the colours today. The colours and the themes. Is that gluey already? Don't know how I got covered in glue quite so early, but I am. I know I've been crafting a long time, but I was clean. I was clean when I turned the camera on. I've washed my hands several times. Yeah, see how that clashes, completely clashes. with the I'd stuck it on both then with the page that it's on. Yeah, I'd love drawing on there. That would be one of my highlights. Okay. I'm going to leave that. I think that's interesting, that writing. The names and the numbers. I'd quite like something on this. I've got a mushroom there. So it's not good for writing on this paper. This is the yes, what sort of paper is it? The handmade, although it's not not handmade by me. I bought it in a shop as wrapping paper. Whoops. But it is good strong paper for, I mean, it's beautiful to look at, and it's good strong paper for sticking things on. Yeah, even like the fact that that was a torn piece. Right, now I've got a butterfly and a watering can and a flower pot there, so that would make a nice tuck, something tucked in the top. It's just a circle that I've cut out of scrap card. You know, when I cut something out or I use a piece and I'm down to very tiny pieces, I've started cutting circles out of them. Oh, I'm keeping them in a box. I'm sure I've shown you or told you that before. Oh, I've got a piece of me. We don't want a bird cage. What do we want in there? Could do with some kind of a ticket. These are a bit big. Must have some smaller tickets. Where's me doodad box? It's full of tickets, I know it is. Yep, there's one, but it's not. Oh, there's a little tag there. That ticket isn't small. Yep, tag will do nicely. It's only paper weight, but it is good for journaling on. Super duper. What shall we do on this? I feel like, because I haven't done anything on any of them, I feel like I need to do something on some of this. I'll put an image behind it so that, oh, we've got this owl. Not doing it for me. Oh, we could stick that on that side, couldn't we, so you can see it. And then there's a little bit of, yep, let's do that. Yep, so you can see how long this takes and why I've been sat here so long. And yeah, why I couldn't make them from start to finish with you and embellish them. And I know you love to see the embellishing. So I'm just hoping it's just give you a few ideas to go off and play with your scraps. Oops, in you go. Yeah, you can write on that, draw on that, and it's like a little, do you know, it's been as quiet as anything while I've been sat here. I'm feeling like one of these again, and it's a doubled over page, so it should make that a bit interesting. And then a little circular, little teeny tiny one in there. Oops. Rather than a tab. Oh, it was a tiny one. Yeah. I might leave all that as journaling. A word, do we think? Shall we pop a little tiny word, excuse me, on the top? Something about notes, documented. Documented will do. I'm not going to put anything behind it because it is, need a clean glue sheet. It's a white page and it's a black word, if you like. A black background on the word. I think it will stand out on its own. Yeah, like those lines for writing, and then you can tuck things in there. Oh, and we're at the middle. What shall we have here then? What's this? Devotion is a noun which means to be dedicated to a person or activity. I like that, and I've just spotted I brought one of these little stickers that Tanya sent me. We could have that up there, and then there'd be a little bit of room underneath for writing, and the whole next page you can make a list of things you're devoted to or you devote your time to. Mine would be a very long list even if it was just for crafts. I've got so many things on the go at the minute, I don't know where I want to be. Oops. Do you guys craft as well as paper craft? Do you do other crafts? I'd be interested to know. I know Lara at Lara Full of Earth, I know you do. I know you're trying lots and lots of different things, and you were egging me on to go off and do other things when I've got like that. And I've got a desk full of stuff here. Shall I do the same again there? Because I quite liked that. Just crying out for my attention. But then again, I've got a poofy. Do you know what a poofy is? Like a footstool that lifts up, full of yarn crafting downstairs next to my chair, as well as the fussy cutting. That's what I mean about I don't know where I want to be and what I want to be doing. I love this little owl. Not yet. Your time will come, little owl. So we put a word on the other one, didn't we? What do we want on here? Do we want anything on it? Of course we want something on it. That's nice as well. Let's have that out. Everything's nice. We've got a clock, but we've done clock, haven't we? We've got stamps. There's a little watering can there. That's pretty. Shall I have it on the inside where it's quite plain? That's better. Yeah. Better use of it. You hear the pigeons cooing at me. So I didn't get my wardrobe sorted yesterday. If you was watching and you heard me say, no, back's still a bit niggly, so I'm being careful with it. So I've really sat here too long today, to be honest. It's nobody's fault but mine. So yeah, I won't be doing it today either. That's nice. And these little tiny labels are from Tina as well. That's shabby dabby doo da. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything more than this one embellished, but I will in a day or so, because I don't think I'll be finishing them now. I'll bring them back on a video that I'm doing with and show you. No, oh, that's a nice piece of fabric. I wonder if that will go on with one of those clips. Now I'll put a black one. Oh, have I lost them? No. It's good having everything here in my little nappy bag. Put a black one in the other one, so shall we try a... Oh. I don't know if I want it there though. Shall I put it on that? Let's try it on the vellum. I don't know if it'll play. Might just scrunch the vellum up. Let's see. Got nothing to lose, have we? Oh no, it doesn't want. It definitely does not want to. Oh, maybe it will now. Maybe it's the material it doesn't want to go through. Let's just fasten it on the vellum then, because it's through there. I haven't got time to fight with you. Interesting. And we'll put this material somewhere else. Now I've got this lovely leaf that I'd like to put in. Oh, yes. And that's heavy enough to hold it as well, because it is quite a thick card piece. This. It's another piece from that that the herbs I used yesterday were on, from the cover of a scrap paper pad. It'll need this to hold it, especially on that paper. This Fabri-Tac. scraps. Right, we'll skip through a couple of pages there. Let's, oh, I haven't had one of these in anywhere yet. It's nice on the brown, isn't it? It's a plastic sticker. Now this does often work. I can't for life remember who told me. Somebody told me in the comments. I think it was in the comments they told me. I get so many good advice in the comments. Am I in? I'm in. So I'm just going to put it down and then trim the bottom. That's too big. Oh, that's lovely with that background. Coffee paper, really dark coffee paper background. Can't get in. Gosh, I am. Ooh. Head over heels. Or something ruder that I won't say on camera. There we go. There we go. Oh, so, oh yes, he'll go on there. My owl will go lovely on there because he looks like he's flying over. I've done that a few times with maps. I'm not even going to trim him. I'll leave the airspace around him. Ow. And yeah, it's a little bit shiny, that map page. And so is this because it's cut from a shiny book. So we'll go with Fabri-Tac again. Ah, you probably noticed I unearthed my glass, sea glass ring. I won't be wearing it for long because it catches on everything, but you know what it's like. You know what a magpie I am when I find something like, ooh, my ring. Had to have it on. But yeah, I've caught it in all sorts of things today. I do like that paper. That's going to be nice. I think if it was mine, I might use some felt tips and things, crayons on there, because you'd get some good, interesting patterns. So I'll leave that like this one. So many things here, look, that I wanted to put in. What have I not got in that I'd really like to? This lilac piece, no. Stamps I've managed, haven't I? Some tickets. We're going that way. And it's quite white here. No. No. Butterfly. Have I got a butterfly in here? I don't think I have I? Which one? No. Butterfly ticket? No. Yes, I told you it would be hard work once I got to the hanging down. No, not hanging down. I don't like that bit there. What bit? It's gone. Yeah, let's have those. Little, what are they? Primulas? That's what they look like to me. The paper's a bit gluey now, but we're all but done, so. Okay, remember to send me your ideas for scraps if you've got any that I haven't done or I haven't mentioned. Is that the right way up? It'll do. Because yeah, I've used a lot. I've still got a lot. I'm still getting through them. Now I will be masterboarding tomorrow with some, which will move a few more on, but not enough. Right, let's have a look what we've got and see. So we've got a little cluster, fabric cluster. We've got a little tuck with that in. Stamp. Fancy piece of map. Toadstool picture. Are we stuck together here somewhere? Oh, we are. What's that? That little tuck there. I can even see the glue that's come out the bottom of it. So it must have been Fabri-Tac. Okay, that means it'll come off if I rub it. Yes, it is, but we've got better things to do than sit and watch me rub paper, so I'll come back to that. I love the scruffiness of that. Right, I feel that needs something. I've got a little tuck in there. Pull out there. So that's good for journaling on, that's good for journaling on. I've left a lot of journaling space. Yeah, I might want something there. So there's 2 pages I still want something on. Possibly 3. And possibly 4. Right. So, let's get some labels. Where are my labels? They're always good for writing on. Sorry, I knocked my microphone and there they are. There they are. Let's move all this to one side then so you can have a look with me. Right, so we're looking for a certain... Oh, I love those numbers. Let's have this in somewhere. Where would you like to go? No, it's quite a big number, isn't it? Yeah. On that white back of that envelope. Just spotted a piece of paper that looks cleanish. Glue paper, I mean. Yeah, so I'm going, when I've done this, I'm not tidying up, I'm going to put my feet up for an hour and then I'll come back an hour before Neil's due home. Or half an hour, no, an hour, because I'm making his supper tonight. And yeah, 20 minutes is all it'll take me, but it will take me 20 minutes to get everything back in its place and looking, not exactly ship shape, that would be a bit of a fib, but looking better. I want to do something in there. What do we want to do in there? I don't think just a label. Something. Did a tuck, didn't I, in the front? I want to do the same again, but I definitely want something in it. What shall we have? Another flip out? Oh, that's like a hinge, isn't it? What about a great big label then? Bit too big. No, I've gone off that idea. What have I got over here? Oh, I know you're way too big. Come on, inspiration. I want something. Let's look in here then. No. Oh, postcards. Little sort of. It could flip out that way, couldn't it? But we've still got a lot of white going on. What else have we? Oh, that's supposed to have a fairy on the front that I haven't put on yet. There she is. Oh no, not that one. Smaller one. That's a nice shape. Oh gosh, Denise, come on. Oh, pity that doesn't fit with that beautiful window. Drawn a blank. Pretty as well. I'm just going to have to stick, oh no, stick something on it, aren't I? What shall I stick on it? I'm going to make a little pocket. Let's make a little pocket. Got this little piece of, no, it'll have to be a tuck, a bottom tuck, because maybe I can just put that on there. Yeah, it's yeah, I'd never, once I'd glued the sides, I'd never get anything in it if it was a pocket. So let's make it a tuck there. Oh, straight-ish. Straight-ish would be good. Should we just do a teeny tiny corner rounding? Give it a little bit of shape. Everything's sticking to me. Do you fit? You do. I think I'll just stick it down. I don't think that looked very square. The dots help, that's better. Yeah, I'll just stick it down with this glue and then it won't shut all the pages closed, seeing as it's just a tuck. Hopefully it won't. If it, oh, only just. Okay, what will we tuck in you? Shall we fold something over? I like this little lilac. Let's fold that over. So that can be used or written on. Tuck it in like that. There you go. Yeah, at least it's got a bit of something interesting when you open it now. Right, was there one more? There's one up here somewhere. That one. And that one. Both white. Oh, I was going to say they're each side, but they're not. So I've got something just tiny. Teeny tiny. I've used lots of labels, haven't I? What about? Let's just put that on the corner. Flowers growing up the corner. Yeah. Okay, one to go. One to go. I have a feeling I might be well and truly out of time. So you can take some uploading. Never mind. We'll get there. Okay, one more. Which way? Can you see what fun they are? I mean, I am rushing this now, you can tell, but gosh, it's fun. And this is the third one I filled. Are you sticky? Oh, it's me. It's me that's sticky. Where's the one? There. There you are. Right, I want something different. I know I'm nearly done, but what have I got in here? Stamps. I'll just dig them all out and let you look. Labels, words, butterflies, numbers. Nothing different. Flowers, butterflies. Oh yes, die cuts from Nikki. Do you know what I'm thinking, don't you? And those beautiful bumblebees. I will be out of them soon. I bet that's my last one. They just fit on everything, everywhere. It's very, very white. Very white. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. Yeah. Right, let's try and ink it without wrecking my glue stick. No, not ink it. Glue it. And that sticks the page up because everything comes through the little holes. Okie dokie. Just when I've put everything back in its home. You know, all the little doodads. There'll be space. So do let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you haven't, if it's just, you know, driven you a bit mad. I'm interested to know. Just tell me nicely, don't make me cry. Yeah, I'd be interested to know if you've done them, or you're going to have a go, or you'd like an easier way to get rid of your scraps. So that's going to be with that one. So we need to do that one, and then we've got another one ready to go. Yeah, they're definitely easier to do before you sew them in, fasten them in to your signatures. And then I will have four little mini books, plus the 3 that I'm going to put the, oops, is there 3 or is there 4? No, there's 3. 1, and that one's where it's got pages 2 and 3. Yeah, but I'll just put book pages in those, of which I've also got lots. Yeah, so there should be a lot of little mini makes. Heading, well, a couple will be heading to Etsy. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely, lovely evening. Come and see me tomorrow for Monday Masterboard. Bye bye, guys.